Today, I am excited to rank the three Avalanche albums from worst to best. The Avalanches just so happen to be one of my favorite artists of all time, with the number one spot going to an album that is personally in my top five albums of all time. This is my favorite electronic music artist. Seconded only, the only band coming close, really, or the only electronic artist coming close, being Daft Punk, who I think have an amazing discography, but I think Avalanche discography is incredible. I think all these albums are great. Don't be offended when you see number three out of these three albums. Once again, they only have three albums, so the worst spot is not necessarily a bad spot for any album to land. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Yeah, my number three is Wildflower. I was not a music fan at the time of this album's release, which may explain why it's number three and not number two. I don't think albums 3 and 2 on this list are going to come anywhere close to my number one at any point. I don't think they ever would, but if I was there for the rollout of this album and I was a really big Avalanches fan at the time, it would have hit differently, I know for a fact. The real reason this is number three is because my number two, as you'll see, will be something that I kind of grew up with, and I was there for the album release, and it was something that just really just dominated that year and that month, and then a couple months after it came out. It was a really big album for me, and that album is We Will Always Love You. Is amazing. Amazing album. And what's funny is I loved this album so much, so much when it dropped, when it came out. And I was listening to it nonstop. And then every other time I came back to it, I was kind of annoyed by how many skits there are on the album. And I think it really does take away from the overall experience. Because you just want to listen to the album on shuffle. It's such a long album. I'm not usually listening to it just all at once. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. I think it's got so many amazing songs on it. Amazing features. Some of my favorite feature work on any album ever. It really is like a topster album for me. I love this album, but my number one I love so much more. Music doesn't really get better than this. This is my favorite electronic music album of all time, if you would call it that. I guess they are in the sphere of electronic music. It's an album that's built on samples. Samples and just beautiful production. Beautiful songs. Fun songs. Hype songs. It doesn't get a lot better than Since I Left You. And specifically that title track is one of my all-time favorite songs ever. Love the title track. But this whole album is very special to me. It's in my top 10 albums of all time. I need to do a top 10 albums of all... My 10 favorite albums of all time video. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. But love this one. Think it's incredible. That's all. And that is literally all I have for you today. I know it's a very, very short video, very easy video to make. Literally one of the easiest artist albums to rank. And I think that's going to be true of any artist that has three albums. But to me, the placement is so obvious. It doesn't even come close even between Wildflower and We Will Always Love You. I like We Will Always Love You a lot more. But like I said, I was there for that album coming out, and it just meant so much to me when it dropped, and it still does, but it's not something I listen to that often. But I love the Avalanches. I'm curious how you would rank these albums. I'm curious if you would rank any album above Since I Left You, because that album seems like the runaway best album of their career, of this 3-album career that spans 3 decades. But I think it's an incredible album. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know how you'd rank these albums, and have a great rest of your day.